Good morning, guys. Welcome to another day in my life as a resident physical therapist hoping to specialize in neurology. Today is going to be a little bit of a different day because it's a Monday and I don't normally work Mondays, but today I happen to be going in to observe a full-time vestibular therapist. Just a disclaimer, I'm refilming the intro to this video because I was originally doing this while I was on my way to work driving. So what I'm hoping to get out of this observation experience is, because as a student I feel like I didn't get to work with vestibular patients that much because it's so deep into the weeds of neuro and there's so many components to it. I feel like most CIs probably wouldn't trust their students with it, and I really only had some on my first rotation as a student, and luckily we just did vestibular, so I was pretty fresh. But after that, it's true, if you don't use it, you're gonna lose it quickly. So anyways, now that I'm licensed and I have my own patients who have central vestibular issues, I'm hoping to review some of that material, the exams, the treatment, and just feel validated and confident in my knowledge going in with those patients. And I do have a virtual appointment on Zoom in the middle of my day, so I'll be doing that. Anyways, so I'm not expecting it to be a long day. Should be three and a half hours. So now we endure the long highway drive to work. Usually there's a lot of traffic. And while I'm driving, I always like to try and get hydrated for the day, chug some water before I even touch my coffee. Alright, just parked in my work's parking garage. Let's head on in. Hey guys, at 11:30 I went on lunch, got some tea and some sushi from the cafeteria. Before I head back to observations, I do have an online appointment, so I'm gonna do that and then we'll get back to work. So before my online appointment, I'm just going through the list of my patients that I was responsible for in my outpatient rotation, and because my last week of outpatient is this week, I'm making sure that all of the patients who are continuing physical therapy are scheduled out with other therapists in order to make that transition smoother, especially the patients who see all three disciplines, so PT, OT, speech. We try and get them in back to back with one another so that they don't have to come a million times a week. It's also better for their benefits that way. Some of them, it's like all three appointments count as one visit. So far everything looks really good. There's only one patient that's kind of iffy. And of course, like insurance wise, it's the most complicated, but she's doing really well. I think she only has 4 or 5 visits left out of a total of 25. So I'm just making sure that those align with her other disciplines as much as possible, but unfortunately it looks like she's seeing 1, 2, 3 or 4 other physical therapists, which is not good. Ideally we'd want to keep it with the same person every time, but our schedules are just so full. I don't know how realistic that is, so I'm gonna look at it today and then I'm gonna look over it tomorrow with my mentor, see if she has any wisdom, and then see if we need to maybe schedule our PT who's PRN to come in and cover for a few days to make that transition easier on those days that are really full. The other option is that one of my managers is available and that aligns with her appointments. However, my manager has manager duties she needs to do, so I don't know that that is an ideal situation either. So it's a lot of weighing what's going to work out best. The other thing that's kind of frustrating is, even though it has been towards the end of my rotation the past few weeks, I've gotten several evaluations, meaning I'm probably only going to see those patients 1 or 2 times before they transition to another therapist, which I can imagine is kind of frustrating for other therapists to receive a patient they know nothing about and having to follow my plan of care when maybe they would have done something differently or set different goals for them. All right, just finished my virtual appointment. Time to clock back in and head back into the gym. Alright guys, just finished up my day, observing. I'm now heading back to my car. I'll give you guys the lowdown on some things I did and what I learned. Alright, we're almost out of the parking garage. To reiterate, I shadowed a full-time vestibular therapist today, which, for those of you who don't know, vestibular therapy is a very niche portion of the neurologic PT specialty. So that's why I haven't really been exposed to it in my clinic or really anywhere else to that extent. Yeah. So couldn't really record anything once I was there, just to protect the patient's health information and, you know, HIPAA and all that, and just, you know, out of respect. And so with that being said, I obviously wasn't planning on staying the whole day. I didn't end up bringing a lunch for that reason, but luckily my hospital has a pretty good sized cafeteria and they have pre-packaged food, and they had like grocery store grade sushi. I ended up getting that and it was pretty good. I made sure to only get one with cooked ingredients though, just to be safe. So let's take a second to reflect on the day. There were 2 sessions that were 2 hours long, and those were patients that it was kind of like a wait and see type situation if they would come in, which I never heard of before. Both of those patients essentially had a hypofunction. One was from a labyrinthitis, I think. I don't remember what the other one was. And then there was one patient who had BPPV but also had a hypofunction. So once they cleared the BPPV, we're just working on habituating the patient's symptoms. The first patient was really interesting. They suspected he had CTE, which you can't really confirm they have until the person dies. Like it's something you would have to confirm with an autopsy. But regardless, the patient used to be an athlete, had several concussions, and was probably just having some symptoms from those previous injuries. So, you know, throughout the whole day, it was just a lot of habituation. However, one of the 2-hour time slot patients did not end up showing up, as well as one of the 1-hour time slot patients. So during that time, it was really nice because the therapist got to show me around the clinic, show me some of the different equipment they used, like the goggles. That's not something that my particular department had, so just reviewing that was really cool. And just running through the CTSIB, we ran through different components of a vestibular exam and what they might mean. He even induced nystagmus in me, which apparently you can do and it can be normal. And that's something I learned because he asked me, do you know what it feels like when you have nystagmus? I'm like, no, I don't think so. I've never had it. So it was interesting. I definitely felt something. I can't really describe it because it was so brief, but yeah, overall, it was a great day of learning. I definitely wish I would have thought to take videos and footage of me going through the tests, just because that would have been the perfect setup, because it's me and not a patient. And to be honest, I don't know that I'm gonna get that experience again where the therapist is practicing on me. Maybe if I practice on another therapist, then I can record. So I'll keep my eyes peeled for that opportunity in the future. I just got to the grocery store. Alright, got the goods. Alright, y'all, it's puppy time. Oh, where are the dogs at? Hello? Hi. Oh, hello. Oh, hi. Hi. I missed you. Alright, so it's a lot of fruit, but we love healthy snacks, especially when they're on sale and pre-cut. Quick snack before getting some stuff done. In this house, we share snacks. Oh, almost. Hi. I lied, so before I get going on what I have to do, I'm going to spend a few screen-free minutes playing with these guys. Oh, good catch. Alright, so plan for the rest of the evening, because I don't want to be on my phone too much. I'm going to continue playing with the boys for a little bit, throw my sheets in the wash, prep some dinner for me and them, move my body a little, and wind down for bed and get ready for tomorrow. I know it sounds like a lot. But yes, going to end the vlog here, and I will see you guys in the next one.